You guys, I'm having a girl. Hey y'all, I feel like it has been such a long time since I just sat my butt down, put the camera in front of my face, and yapped to you guys here on YouTube. So today's the day. I know that I have been slacking on YouTube, but it's just because I did make a promise to myself. Once that TikTok ban happened, I was like, oh my God, if it gets unbanned, I'm gonna put my 100% into TikTok. And then I got unbanned after 12 hours. And I was like, okay, I gotta keep the word to myself. Like, I would love to blow up on here just so that can be an extra source of income for my family. And so that way, when the baby gets here, I don't have to worry about, oh my God, I have to go to work, I have to go to work. I have multiple sources of income. So that's why I haven't been here as often. But don't worry, I didn't forget about y'all. Y'all just aren't my #1 priority. So if you wanna see more of me, make sure you follow me on TikTok as well, Alyssa Brie XO. Before I put anything on my face, I feel like I'm glowing, okay? Not to toot my own horn, but every single person, like on the internet and in real life, has been like, oh my God, you're glowing. And when I have makeup on, I'm like, okay, like, yeah, I'm glowing. Like, I put the products on to glow. But then even when I don't have my makeup on, people will compliment me. And I'm like, really? Because these are all scars. I have no active pimples right now. Watch, because I said that, I'm gonna wake up with one tomorrow, but literally these are all scars. And I'm like, wait a minute, maybe my skin is glowing. I personally didn't see it until the day before my gender reveal. I'm standing there butt booty naked in front of my husband. I just went out to the living room to grab something, and I'm like, I passed by a mirror, I'm like, why am I glowing? He's like, yeah, like your skin has been glowing recently, like not just your face, like your overall skin. I'm like, it is. And that's the thing, I feel like that's why a lot of people thought I was having a boy, because they say that girls take away your beauty and boys like make you glow. No, this little girl ain't selfish over here. She's letting her mommy glow. Let me actually show you guys the bump date. I am feeling very bold wearing white today. Oh wait, let me move the camera down a bit. Here we go. Here's the bump. She's cute. Honestly, this outfit is so comfortable. And this isn't even a maternity outfit. I got this from Battyville. She does have it in a bunch of colors. I don't know why I decided on white, but I think it looks really good. How cute. Like, I will say that's the one thing I haven't felt during this pregnancy. Well, for a bit. Let me tell y'all. I felt so cute pregnant. Well, I still feel cute pregnant. I'm like, I just always knew. I was like, I feel like I'm gonna be one of those pregnant ladies who looks so cute and I just have the bump. That's literally me. Hopefully it stays like that until I give birth. I know the 3rd trimester is different. Like, you start swelling up and stuff, but I feel like I look so cute. There was only like a week where I didn't feel cute, and it was because it was around the time where I first announced the pregnancy. And so many people were like, oh my God, you're so big, you're so big. Because I was posting drafts and I was bigger earlier on than a normal average first pregnancy, which is fine. Like, my baby is measuring perfectly fine. She's good. I just have a bigger stomach, you know what I mean? And I've always been like that, even before I got pregnant. So then I started getting pissed off and I'm like, oh my God, like, am I really big? And y'all know I never ever let the internet get to me. Like, I don't let comments get to me. I usually don't give a damn. But because every single person was saying it, I was like, oh my God, like, and I literally was like so sad, and I would start like wearing oversized stuff. I was like, fine, I'm just gonna hide it. And then after a week, I was like, what am I thinking? Like, I look cute, and I got over it. So, you know, I'm not perfect all the time. There was a week of weakness, okay? It was probably just the hormones, because before I would never care. You would never catch me caring about what internet strangers say. But guys, the tinted moisturizer I'm about to put on is going to be a little bit too pasty. I ran out of both my foundation and my other tinted moisturizer that is my correct shade, and the rest of my foundations and stuff are for when I have my self tanner. As you can see, I'm pasty. I just haven't been putting on self tanner because I'm like, oh, like I'm not sure if that's safe. Like I'm sure, I looked it up for my specific brand and it said it's generally safe. But I'm like, like I'm just not gonna put extra chemicals on me if I don't have to, especially if I don't know 100% how it's gonna affect the baby. Like maybe it just wouldn't, but I don't know. It's just whatever. I am fine with being pasty for 9 months. Like it's perfectly fine. I just started wearing self tanner anyways. Both of these are too pale. We're stuck between Rare Beauty or Fenty. Which one looks pastier to you? Because we're gonna use the one that's not as pasty. They literally look the exact same. Okay, let's just go on Rare Beauty because it's Rare Beauty. It's perfect. And let's try not to spill it on my... I'm like bending over the vanity, so if it leaks, it's gonna leak on here and not on my clothes because I'm gonna be really pissed off. Oh my God. Maybe I am just this pasty and I'm like in denial or something, I don't know. Am I this pale? Like, no, guys, look at it. It makes me look like a corpse. It's it's okay. We're gonna when I put like blush and bronzer and all that, it'll look good because I said so. Or is it the right shade match and I'm just like in denial about how pale I am? Let me know in the comment section. Do you think this is shade match or not? Should I get like a shade, like one shade darker? But anyways, let's talk about this gender reveal. Actually, let's backtrack to when I was in the hospital. I have a story time on TikTok about how I was in the hospital from bleeding. Just check that out because I don't want to go in depth. It's a whole like, in total, like my multiple videos was like almost 10 minutes, so I'm not going to re-explain it. But when I got an ultrasound in the hospital, the freaking ultrasound, I never told anybody this, okay? Me and Carlos kept it to ourselves just in case like it was correct, but she was not correct. The ultrasound tech kept saying, oh, look at him. He is covering his face. He keeps moving. He won't let me get his heartbeat. And we're like, is this lady really saying that? Like, we're not saying anything because obviously in that moment, the only thing that matters is the baby's health, because I was like really worried. Like obviously, I'm in the hospital. And so we're like, okay, we are gonna sit here and pretend like we did not just hear this lady say he this entire ultrasound. And I think because of that, we truly convinced ourselves it was a boy. Did I say I was 12 weeks at the time? Did I mention that? I was only 12 weeks. And so we're like, can you really see a penis at 12 weeks on an ultrasound? And we're like, I don't know. And then I had another ultrasound the following week, and I asked the ultrasound lady, I was like, hey, like can you see anything? Because we didn't want to know the gender. So I was like, oh, like, can you see anything? Because if you can, like, we don't want to look. She was like, oh no, like, you're too early along for me to even like confirm if I see anything. So I was like, okay, clearly the ultrasound person at the hospital did not know what she was talking about. Like, she couldn't even find the baby's heartbeat. The reason I wasn't stressed out is because as soon as she put the thing on me, the baby was like this, like flipping and turning. I was like, oh, they're alive. I say they because at the time I didn't know the gender, but obviously we know it's she now. She's alive. I was like, all right, like obviously she's moving, she's alive. The lady was just struggling to find a heartbeat. So clearly she don't know what she's doing. But then both of our families kept saying, we think it's a boy. Like, I'm not gonna say both of our parents. My parents and Carlos's dad, they all kept saying like, oh, I think it's a boy, I think it's a boy. All of our brothers, all of his cousins, our friends, our family, like literally, even my best friend, like me and my best friend are like team girl, and so is Carlos. But she's like, I think it's a boy. I'm like, me too. So because everybody around me is saying it, I'm like, okay, I convinced myself it's a boy. And another reason I convinced myself is so that way I wasn't disappointed. And before you Karens start coming over here, oh, you should just wish for a happy, healthy baby. Shut up. Okay? Obviously, who sits there and prays, oh, I hope this baby is not healthy and not happy? Like, nobody does that. Like, it is okay to have a gender preference. What's not okay is if you treat that baby differently if you find out it's a gender you didn't want, which obviously I would not do. So like I was saying, I was like, let me just prepare myself so if it's a boy, I'm not like disappointed at my gender reveal. Like, you know, like let me mentally prepare. So by the time the gender reveal came, I'm fully expecting. If you didn't see it, my dad was the gender keeper, and we let him decide on how he wanted to reveal it to us. So he decided on getting a little baby closet and then filling it up with either boy clothes or girl clothes. So I was fully expecting to see blue. I was like, it's okay, even though like I was really sad deep down, because I've just always wanted a girl, like a little bestie. And of course, when they're younger, you could dress them up like a doll until they have a voice and they want to dress themselves as a toddler. But like, it's just what I always envisioned, like always. I've never envisioned myself having a boy. And I'm sure so many moms could relate, even if you always envisioned a boy. Like, I feel like some people, when they dream about having kids, they dream about a specific gender. You know, or there's some people, they're like, I want both of them, I want a million kids. That is not me. I do not want a million kids, no thank you. But when that closet opened, that's why Carlos is like, he's like running around like, what do I do? Because we were fully not expecting that. And I feel like people get really shocked when I say like, yeah, like my husband wants a girl too, because I feel like most boys, they want a boy. But he's always said that since the day I met him. He's like, I would love a girl. Because then another thing is, me and him have no sisters. So like, we weren't raised around other girls. I was the only girl, and there was no girls around him. So he's like, I've never had a sister. I would just love to like raise a girl and like have a daddy's girl, you know. So he's always wanted that type of relationship. So he was so happy. And nobody said it on TikTok, but as I keep rewatching the video, I'm like, it kind of looks like I wasn't excited, because I was crying and I was like, I didn't think it was a girl. I was crying happy tears. I was like, oh my God, like I really didn't think it was a girl. But another thing I'm nervous about is that was from the blood test. I waited until I was 12 weeks to do the blood test, because that's just what my doctor recommended. She was like, yeah, you could do it now. Like, I had my first appointment with my OBGYN. Putting quotes on first, because you guys know I had ultrasounds before that, because I was at a fertility clinic. But she was like, yeah, you know, you could get it now. She was like, but I always recommend to my patients just waiting a few more weeks, 12 weeks, because then there's less of a chance for it to be incorrect. Because with the blood test, you know, there's a percentage that it could be wrong. But she was like, if you wait 12 weeks, it's like 99, don't quote me on it. I think she said it was like 99% accurate. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna have a gender reveal party anyways. Like, I'll just wait. Like, I'm not in a rush. By the way, I feel like it's actually coming out really good. It's coming out really good. Now that I put bronzer on, I don't look like a pasty ghost anymore. But my dad was the gender keeper, and I know what you're thinking, like, oh, didn't you say he thought it was a boy? He put in his guess before he actually knew the gender. So I would say since I got pregnant, he's been saying like, oh, I think it's a boy. So that's why at the gender reveal, he was wearing blue. So people were like, oh, he's a gender keeper, so he wore blue to throw you off. I'm like, no, that was like his guess before he knew. So he did a really good job at not telling anybody. Like, he did not. I was so nervous. Every time I would talk to him, I'm trying to like cut the conversation short. Like, I was trying to avoid my dad this whole time. Like, I don't want to talk to him. Like, what if he slips up? But he really did not slip up. He didn't slip up to my mom, nobody. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. If you're gonna have a gender keeper, I have it be somebody who is gonna keep their mouth shut, like, and not feel no pressure whatsoever. Like, he did not care. And he never, like, when he was talking about the baby, he would say they. And if you guys catch me throughout the video saying they, no, it's not twins. I've just been so used to saying they, because I didn't know the gender. So I just used gender neutral pronouns. So that's what he would say. Or he would say he or she, because we were talking about sports, and he was like, oh yeah, he or she will play baseball or softball. So he never slipped up, not a single time, which is like kind of crazy. How long did he know? He knew for a whole like month. He went a whole month without slipping up. That's a long time. I would have slipped up. I would have been like, shh, you can't tell anybody, but it's a girl. Like, so yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend. I would do it again. I would do that again. I would let him be the gender keeper again. If I ever have another kid, and that's if I have another gender reveal. After this gender reveal, me and Carlos, we were like, like, we wouldn't do this again. The party was amazing, like 10 out of 10. We got so many diapers and wipes. But it was just the waiting. We're like, like we don't want to wait next time. Next time we'd rather just know right away. So yeah, we both decided on that. And it's just something that was important to me, having a gender reveal, because what if this is my only baby? If you don't know, this is a miracle baby, okay? Go watch my last 2 YouTube videos. Or actually, I'll link the YouTube video where I'm talking about how I got pregnant with PCOS and why it's a miracle. So I'm like, you know, what if I never get pregnant again? So that's why I want to go all out with this pregnancy, just in case. Like, you just never know. So yeah, I'm glad I got that out my system. The theme was, what will baby bunny be? So cute. Isn't that such a cute theme? It's so simple, but you don't see it often. Well, at least I don't, because I was looking on TikTok for idea. I was looking, here's what I recommend if you're looking for any themes, like not even just gender reveal, like any party themes, baby shower, gender reveal, like anything. I look on Pinterest and TikTok for themes. That's actually like where I found my, I got my wedding inspo theme, my bridal shower theme, gender reveal. I already picked my baby shower theme, which I'm not sharing because like, you guys gotta be surprised. Like, you gotta show up the day of and be like, oh my god, this is so cute, you know? So yeah, I found it on there, and on TikTok, all I kept seeing, and Pinterest, the main ones I kept seeing is, what will baby be? Like a bumblebee. And I was like, okay, I hate the color yellow, that's not happening. And then I really liked the twinkle twinkle little star, I wonder what you are, but I was like, oh my god, like that's all I see. These 2 themes are everywhere. So if you had a gender reveal that wasn't these 2 themes, then you got one that wasn't popular. Those were the main 2. Or obviously some people, they just didn't have a theme, it was just like pink and blue, which I didn't want to do. Like, come on y'all, do you know me? Y'all know I love a good theme, okay? So then Carlos wanted to do Hello Kitty and Spider-Man. And at first I said, okay, whatever. But then once we told my parents, my mom was like, you cannot have Hello Kitty and Spider-Man. She was like, but it's your party, do whatever you want. But then I was like, okay, dang, maybe I shouldn't do that. And I was like, no. And then Carlos was talking about, oh, I could swing in and dress up in my Spider-Man costume. I shut that idea down so quick. I said, oh, never mind. This theme is out. Get out of here. Get on my face. Talking about dressing up as Spider-Man. It is a gender reveal. It is not Halloween, okay? So then I liked it was like Berry Sweet Baby, like it was like, we're very excited to know what you are. And it was strawberries and blueberries, like obviously strawberries girl, like the red pink, and then blue boy. I really liked it, but Carlos, he just wasn't on board. He was like, like it's not my favorite. And since this was both of our party, we obviously had to agree. So then I was like, okay, what do you think about this cute bunny theme? I think I found on Pinterest, but somebody did it as like a birthday party, like their kid's birthday party. And I saw somebody do it as a baby shower too. I was like, oh, what if we do it as a gender reveal? Like bunnies, like it's spring, Easter's coming up. And he was like, okay, like that's cute. He still was really caught up on freaking, oh, Spider-Man. But I was like, no, like bunnies are perfect. It'd be so easy to find. And I guess it was really easy. Like I got most, so I'm the one who bought like most of the decor. My mom bought some. I got the decor, most of it from Amazon and Hobby Lobby. And think about it, this time of the year, like you could go find a freaking bunny at the dollar store. Like it's so easy. So yeah, really, really cute, really simple. I loved it. I loved it. That's why if you pay close attention and you look at the closet in the TikToks, like my mom made sure she put like some bunny stuff. Oh, I forgot to mention, she put some bunny stuff in there. I forgot to mention, my mom felt very, she wasn't offended. Like she knew why I didn't pick her as a gender keeper because she got a big old mouth. Half the party would have known what the gender was by the time the gender reveal came. But she wanted to feel involved. So my dad let her go out and buy all the stuff. So she went out and bought girl stuff and boy stuff, but bought the same exact things. Like if she bought shoes for a girl, she had to go buy shoes for a boy. If she bought a hat for a boy, had a hat for a girl. So she went out and bought all of it. And then I guess what my dad did the night before is he put the girl stuff in the closet. Obviously I didn't know that time. Girl stuff in the closet. He zip tied the closet so nobody could get in. Like you can't even peek. And then he stuffed the boy clothes in a black trash bag so you can't see through it, and then he like really tied that up so no, again, my mom can't peek. And yeah, that's how he did it. And then they're obviously gonna return the boy stuff, but they haven't returned the boy stuff yet because, again, this is just the blood. We made sure that my next appointment we're getting an ultrasound so that way we can confirm the gender. I am like petrified, you guys. Like, what if they go in, okay, they're like, oh yeah, and I see a wiener. And I feel like TikTok, they freaking know. How does TikTok know when you're thinking about something or talking about something? Because literally just yesterday, a video popped up of a lady saying like, yeah, I did my NIPT blood test, and then at the ultrasound it said it was a boy. And I'm like, okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. So I'm hoping, you know, everything will go good. But honestly, I feel like it'll be fine because we know people personally who did the blood testing when they were pregnant and it was correct. And I follow people on TikTok now who are around my same gestational age. Is that the correct terminology? And they did the blood testing like at 8 weeks, 9 weeks, and theirs was accurate too. So I'm not too concerned. I just feel like TikTok is full of fear mongering. Is that how you pronounce it? Is it mongering or mongering? Somebody help me out. I don't know. But have you guys noticed that? I just made a video on that today. I'm like, bro, like, why is TikTok filled with like people who just want to trauma dump all day on my page? I'm not talking about their own pages. You can post whatever you want. I don't care. But like, bro, and then like you'll be going through something like, okay, I'm pregnant, and why is every other video on my For You page like, oh yeah, I had a miscarriage, yeah, I had a stillbirth, oh yeah, my baby came out like this and then he died. And I'm like, oh, like before I got pregnant, none of this stuff was popping up. You know what was popping up on my For You page before I got pregnant? People struggling to get pregnant. And I'm like, why? I don't like it. I really don't like it. And the thing is, I try to scroll past it because I know the longer you watch it, the more TikTok is like, okay, like she must like this. Let's keep pushing out. I try to scroll past it. Sometimes I can't because I'm like, I can't keep my eyes away, but I really do try to scroll past it. I don't want any of those negative thoughts. And I'm not diminishing, is that the word? Like, I'm not trying to say, oh, you shouldn't share your experience. I just don't want to hear your experience. Me personally, I don't want to be filled with fear. No, thank you. I'm A-okay. I want to be ignorant. I want to be ignorant in the sense of not worrying about anything going wrong. Like, I just need to do what I have to do, go to my doctor's appointments. As long as I'm doing that, like, we're good. You know? A few people have asked, both in real life and on the internet, oh, do you have a name picked out? But we're just not sharing the name until she's born. It's just something that we both want. I mean, Carlos does agree with me, but he just sucks at like holding in secrets. Like, he freaking sucks. Like, he's so annoying. Like, his freaking cousins were peer pressuring him, and he's like, I didn't tell them the name, but I told them the first letter it starts with. And I'm like, why can't you just like, why can you not keep a secret? Like, I am shocked he didn't expose my pregnancy before I wanted to reveal it. He wanted to reveal it sooner, but I was the one who was a little bit like, no, like, I want to keep it a secret for a bit longer, and I want to make sure my hair is done for this little video shoot. Like, I was the one. Isn't that kind of crazy? Everybody, like, both of our families were like, when can we tell the world? Like, please post it soon. I'm like, nah. I'm just gonna wait. Like, I was just taking my sweet old time announcing it. Because I usually have the big mouth. But anyways, Carlos is big mouth. He told his freaking cousins the first letter, but I was like, whatever, do not tell the name. I was like, if you tell the name, I'm never gonna forgive you, like, actually. So he did not tell them. But it's just like, number one, I don't want people's judgment, right? Even if I pick the most simple, I could pick the name Alyssa, right? Obviously that's my name. And there'll still be a few people like, like, I don't, no. And especially, think about it, if we have an out of the box name, woo, the amount of judgment, crazy. Wait, let's put some highlighter on. So I don't really want to hear people's opinions, people's judgments. And then also, we're like 100% sure on this name. Like we are already calling her this name. Like when we talk to her, we're like, hey, blank. But what if I give birth, I look at her and she doesn't look like her name? Like I'm using Alyssa as an example. What if she doesn't look like an Alyssa? So we do have a backup name just in case, but I'm like 99.9% sure this is her name. So that's another reason. And then the third reason is this, I just think it would be fun to like wait for people to find out at birth. Like you have something to look forward to besides meeting her. When I say meeting her, I'm talking about our families. I don't know, y'all are gonna meet her, but people keep asking that too. I just haven't been answering that question because I just have to see how I feel. I have to see how I feel. You know, you don't know with these pregnant hormones, because there's some weeks I'm like, oh yeah, like, no, I don't mind it. And then the other weeks, like, yeah, I'm never showing her because these people are Looney Tunes. So that's why when you guys ask me that, I just ignore your questions. You ask if I'm gonna put her on the internet, and people get that weird parasocial relationship where they think that they know your baby. Like, girl, you do not know my baby. People do that now on the internet, like, oh, you're pregnant, you're doing this, your baby, you don't know me, you're not my doctor, therefore shut up. The only person besides me and Carlos, the only people that know the name are my parents. Because my mom, like, this was before I got pregnant actually, she's like, oh, like, can I please know the names? Because she knew I wanted to get pregnant. She's like, can I know the names, so that way, like, as soon as we find out the gender, I can like know, oh, it's gonna be Alyssa, it's gonna be Carlos. I'm using our names. And I was like, well, if Carlos doesn't care, like, obviously if Carlos said no, I wouldn't have told her. But so I told her both the names we had picked out before I even got pregnant. We had names picked out for a boy and a girl. And then obviously my dad knows. And then we did end up telling Carlos's dad, but Carlos's dad be acting like he's an old man. He already forgot. We're like, you forgot, we're not telling you again. It was a one-time deal. I told my mom one time and she never forgot it. She never forgot, best believe. And then I did tell my grandma one time because I knew she would forget. I knew she would forget. She's actually like older, so she has an excuse to forget. So technically, I guess the only people who know it are me, Carlos, and my parents. I'm sorry, we're just yapping up and ranting today. I will never forget, y'all. There was this one comment I got. It just reminded me, because I'm sure some people are gonna say, oh, well, that's not fair that your parents know and not his parents. Well, his parents. That's all good. But okay, also disclaimer, his mom is alive. Well, alive and well, because I know I keep saying Carlos is that, Carlos is that. He does have a mom. I just do not speak to her. That's it. That's the end of the story. Because I don't want to throw people on and be like, oh my god, does he have a mom? Like, is she okay? She's fine. So I just want to throw that out there. All right. They're like, oh, and that's what people don't know either. And they're commenting about things they don't know about. I like post TikTok all the time talking about how, like, about my family. I don't really talk about his family, because it's my TikTok. So I'm gonna talk about me and my experience and my family. And somebody said, like, I'm a bitter baby mama. First of all, I'm not a baby mama, I'm a wife. There's a difference. There's a difference. I purposefully got married first before I had a child. If you don't want to do that, that's your own, like, do what you want in your life, but that's not my life, okay? I'm a bitter baby mama, and I married the man, honey, so his parents matter too, blah blah. It was definitely, like, she said some, I don't remember the full thing, but just saying crazy things. And I'm like, you're giving me boy mom energy. Every single person who comments crazy things like that, it gives boy mom, the crazy boy moms who think that their sons owe them their lives. And I'm like, bruh. And I got a lot of comments like that when I was talking about, like, oh, I would only feel comfortable leaving the baby at my parents' house if I had to, like, as a fresh baby. I'm not leaving the baby at anybody's houses. She's not sleeping over at anybody's house when she's a fresh baby. But I was saying, if I had to, like, let's say something came up, I would only feel comfortable leaving my baby with my parents. And so many people were mad, like, oh, his parents matter too. Blah. I didn't say his parents didn't matter. I never once said that. So like I said, I obviously just explained the mom, so that's out. And his dad, it's nothing against his dad, especially now that it's a girl. I would only want to leave it with my mom. And that's a perfectly acceptable answer. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with my answer. So I feel like these boy moms need to learn that when you are a girl, it's just different. If the angle just changed, it's because my camera just died. I had to switch it out. But when I say it's different, I mean me as a woman. Who am I gonna feel more comfortable with? My own mom. Who am I gonna want to be in the hospital room with me as I'm getting delivered? I'm gonna pick my mom over his parents because that's just my own mom. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, even if I had the best relationship in the world with his mother, at the end of the day, I'm just gonna feel more comfortable with my mom. You get what I'm saying? Like, some girls will understand. And then there are some girls who maybe they don't have the best relationship with their mom, but they like love their mother-in-law and they might feel differently. So obviously every single person, why do I have a lisp? Every single person is gonna feel different, but I feel like majority of women who like have a good relationship with their mom, they're gonna feel more comfortable with their mom. Like, that's all I was trying to say. And people just run with it and think they know everything about your life. Like, clearly if Carlos's family wasn't important and I did not like his family and I'm like, no, why would his cousin be the godfather to this baby? Because we already picked the godparents, we already let them know. The godfather is gonna be his cousin that he's really, really close with, and then the godmother. Do I even need to tell y'all? Y'all should know who it is. Hello, my bestie. Duh. She started crying when I told her. I was like, why are you crying? Like, who else would I pick? She was like, well, like, I kind of knew, but like, I'm still just like so happy and so shocked. Like, duh, like, I have nobody else to ask. That's not why I picked her, because I have nobody else, but like, I would have picked her anyways. So yeah, and like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I just don't talk about his family as much on social media, and I don't show them because they just don't want to be posted like that. They were fine. If you look at the final gender guesses for the baby on my TikTok, you'll see some of his family members in there, but for the most part, like, I don't have a camera in their face. My family's used to it, and my mom likes to be on camera now. Before she didn't, but she's like, let me talk to you people, let me talk to you. So like, my family's used to it. So if you're ever wondering why I don't talk about his family that much, that is why. I have no problems with his family that I'm close with. If they know, they know. Like, his dad, his brothers, his cousins are basically like his best friends. So like, I have no issues with any of them. People just think they see a 1-minute video on the internet and they run with that and they think they know your whole life. And I'm like, no, you don't know anything actually. God, I don't even remember what I was talking about before this, because I'm sitting here going on a rant. I don't even know. Here is the final look. I feel like this actually is a really good color match. Like, I was talking all this crap, but now that I see like the final look put together, it actually does match my neck. I guess I am just that pasty, but whatever. Thank you for listening to me yap. If you guys like these types of videos, please let me know in the comment section, because if nobody is really interacting and I see the views aren't as high, I know, okay, let me not do that type of video again. So like, I won't sit down and talk your ear off. But I do actually enjoy these videos because I like touch bases on some of these subjects on TikTok, but I don't go so much in depth like I do here, simply because I don't have enough time on TikTok. Like, I try to keep my videos 1 to 3 minutes. That's it. Not a whole 20-30 minute video like this is gonna be. But in conclusion, we are so happy that we're having a girl. Everybody is excited for us. Even the people who were team boy, they're still really excited, of course, because a baby is a baby. And I forgot to mention this video. This is the first baby in both of our families in like such a long time. So that's another reason why everybody's like over the moon. And yeah, let me know what you guys want to see next here on YouTube. Probably see you in another month because I know I've been slacking. But yeah, bye.